On January 19th, the so-called Democratic Federation in northern Syria, DFNS, an entity established by the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces in an attempt to legalize their control over a part of Syria, released a 10-point-long list of demands to the Damascus government. Besides formal claims about the need to keep the unity of Syrian land and grant some rights to the minorities, the list includes the demand to accept the DFNS's Autonomous Administration as a legal part of the political system, to guarantee the representation of the DFNS in the Syrian Parliament, to use the Syrian flag alongside with the flag of the DFNS, to allow the DFNS to employ their own independent foreign policy, to allow the Kurdish-dominated SDF to keep control of the Syrian border, to allow the DFNS's security force, Asayish, to remain the main security force within the SDF-held area, and to distribute the Syrian wealth to the Syrian regions in a fair manner. Summing up the claims, the DFNS in fact demanded the Damascus government to legally recognize a semi-independent Kurdish state and its military force within Syria, and to fund this state from the central budget. If these demands were the official stance of the Kurdish leadership during the recent round of talks with Damascus over the situation in northern Syria, it becomes apparent why no notable progress has been achieved so far. In the case of Afrin, such stances undermine all efforts of Damascus to find a political solution with Kurdish armed groups and allow Turkey to kick off a military operation capturing the entire area from Kurdish forces. This scenario could be repeated once again in Manbij. On January 18th, the Afrin Liberation Force (ALF) released a statement claiming that they had carried out a fresh attack on Turkish-led forces. According to the ALF statement, ALF fighters attacked a base near the village of Dindares on January 17th, injuring 5 al-Sham members and 2 Turkish service members. The ALF is a brand created by the Kurdish People's Protection Unit (YPG) to hide their involvement in attacks on Turkish-backed militant groups and the Turkish military in the region. Previous attacks took place on January 16th and 15th, resulting in the deaths of 2 Turkish-backed militants and injuries of 6 others. On January 19th, the US-led coalition stressed that its warplanes had eliminated 200 ISIS fighters and commanders in the period from January 7th to January 13th. The coalition also confirmed that the SDF had captured al-Kashmar, Sirat Masoud, and al-Shafa from ISIS. On January 18th and 19th, 2 bomb blasts targeted the al-Sham controlled city of Idlib. The first explosion was a booby-trapped car, killing 15 civilians and militants and injuring 9 others. The second explosion injured 8 people, including 4 women and children. On January 19th, the Nendar Syrian news outlet reported that the Turkish-backed al-Sham movement will redeploy hundreds of its fighters in the opposition-held part of the northwestern Hama countryside under a new agreement with al-Sham. Previously, Turkish-backed militants were defeated and forced to flee the area. It is possible that the new agreement with al-Sham is that success in the implementation of the de-escalation agreement, which was recently claimed by the Turkish defense minister.